Hi, welcome to Chewing the Fat podcast with your hosts, Acrylic Shark and...
Hello, I am Koopa215.
Today, this is our first ever podcast, and we have a vast variety of topics to talk about, as we've discussed in our Discord since we uploaded that first video.
That realistically will burn through all of them at a very fast rate.
So, to begin with, I will also surprise you with topics that you didn't know I was going to bring up, like this one. So, we were originally going to do this at 4 p.m., probably about 4:30ish. It's now currently, as time of recording, 7 p.m.
7. It is now 7 p.m. The eye doctor took a lot longer than anticipated.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, are you blind? Can we not do this? Like, I'm
Yeah,
trying to cancel the podcast.
Can you not see?
I mean, you don't need eyes for a podcast.
You don't need eyes for a podcast.
You know, I've been told that I got the face for radio and the voice for silent movies, so I think it will do good in the entertainment industry.
All right, I actually like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Apologies on my end. You will most likely hear some shuffling noises and or small noises like tapping of keyboards or when I clink my rings together. That's because OBS does not offer any microphone management, as in like it will not let it so I can fix things like Discord has background audio suppression and stuff like that, just to make the sound more nice. So yeah, until that gets fixed, which probably won't be until we make a lot of money, deal with it, I guess. Anyway,
Yeah.
back to the eye doctor. Did you know I actually went blind in one eye for a day 2 years ago?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Actually, 3 years ago. I was in class one day. I was doing You and the Law. So, of course, I was playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney the entire time.
Of course. Of course.
So, when I was in You and the Law, I'm like, wow, this is getting hard. This book's getting hard to read. And not because it's a law textbook. Like, I don't really care. I can read any textbook all day, any day. Like, I'm not bothered by it. And then I'm like, huh, that's weird. I'm trying to reach for this, but it's farther away than I expected. Or closer. I don't remember which one it was, because depth perception's weird. I'm like, why is there a black spot in my eye? I can't see through it. Hey, teacher, can I go to the nurse real quick? Yeah, sure, why? I can't see out of my right eye. He goes, that's serious. Go. I'm like, all right, and I went. And then I was going there,
Wow.
as I was going there, it got worse and worse. The spot in my eye got bigger and bigger. Got to the nurse, told her about it. She went, yeah, just take a nap. Call home. You're going home because, like, you have one eye use for now. And I told her, like, there's a majority of my eye I could not see out of, like, the center part of my eye. I can see around it, but not the center. And she goes, neat.
Neat. Go home.
Yeah, neat. Here's a cinnamon candy. Like, thanks. And I called my uncle when he was alive, and he came and got me, and he kept screwing with me by throwing things towards me. It said catch.
Wow, what a dick.
I know, it was funny. But yeah, I went blind in one eye for about a day. And then that was actually that year of high school was actually the year I purposely did anything and everything to get out of class.
Huh.
Yeah, to the nurse at least for like a couple hours, like probably like 30 minutes to take a nap or something. Because that was the same year my grandfather died. So like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, since we're talking about medical maladies or situations, medical shit. Did I tell you about the time I passed out in California and had to go to the hospital?
You did not. I don't think I know too much about you ever going to California.
Well, I go to California pretty often because that's my dad. That's where my dad's side of the family is.
Yeah.
I was at my grandma's house. I had just finished taking a shower. The shower was upstairs, so I went downstairs and was hanging out on the couch playing my 3DS. And then my mom called me back upstairs because I think I'd like forgotten to hang up a towel or something. So I went up the stairs, but as I was kind of going up the stairs, my head felt really, really fuzzy. And by the time I got to the top of the stairs, I remember saying, "I don't feel so good," and then everything just went to black.
Oh, that's not good at all. I don't think I've ever had an experience where I just straight up passed out due to any medical things other than like
Yeah.
okay, when my
The
mom.
funny part, though, the scary. Sorry.
No,
Go
you go
ahead.
ahead. No, this is your part of your story.
I was just kidding. My dad had to treat me for shock,
Uh-huh.
which I now have memorized. Basically, when somebody's lips are turning blue, you have to lift their legs up into
Uh-huh.
the air in order to get the blood flow back up to their upper part of
Yeah.
the body. So yeah, I had to be treated for shock. And the funny thing was, this was the day after. This was like New Year's. This was New Year's, like the day of. It had just become. Oh, jeez, 2017,
Yeah.
2017. I'll say. I can't remember.
It was a time.
So yeah, so like EMT came in and was like asking questions. So it was like, "What year is it?" And I said 2016 because
Oh.
I forgot it was New Year's. And then a bunch of other questions. And then I spent the day in the hospital.
Yeah.
I had the peanut cup, fun times. But that was the day we were supposed to go to the Winchester Mansion.
Oh, I've always wanted to go there. Okay, when I first heard about it, I told my grandma, like, we live in Washington, and, like, not towards the northest part, but we are middle of Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hey, if we wake everyone up at 6 a.m. and drive nonstop, we can get we can get there by 8 p.m., get a hotel, and go to the Winchester house and repeat the trip the next day.
Oh my
And
god.
my grandma's like, great, because she goes, yeah, I'll think about it. I want to tell you, okay, so what's great about that is that this was like 5 years ago, so when I was like 14 or so,
Uh,
and we had a motorhome that worked, and we liked taking trips places. And she goes,
okay,
well,
now it makes a little more sense.
and at that point, she was like, yeah, while we're down there, we can go to Disneyland. I'm like, this is gonna be the best trip ever. 5 years later, it never happened. The most I've been out of state as far as I can remember is Oregon. Actually, no, that's
Job Corps
wrong.
with me?
No, actually, that's wrong. I've been to Utah once, which is a bunch of stories I can't say for legal reasons. I wasn't a part of it. I just know people.
Is this joking legal reasons or like actual legal reasons?
So you watched the anime I recommended, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Demon Slayer. You saw the first episode at least, and I actually read the manga up until almost its completion. So I have a
Yeah.
fair idea what's going on in the story. How
Did you just abruptly change the subject?
So how did you like it? Like, I always find it interesting.
Well, I'm enjoying it so far. I've only gotten through the first episode, like you said. I usually do this thing where I find an anime, I pick it up, I binge it for a while, and then I abruptly stop for no reason.
Yeah. That's how I am with some J dramas.
Yeah.
Because I watch things called like Kamen Rider, which is just what Power Rangers are meant to be. Not meant to be, but what Power Rangers are if they had a budget of more than $5.
So Kamen Riders is the one with the budget of $5, or?
No, Power Rangers is the one with budget of $5.
Ah.
Kamen Rider is actually pretty interesting, depending on which one you get. There's like so many variations. Usually, like how Power Rangers are a team of like 4 up to 6, from 4 to 6, right?
Yeah.
And they have giant robots. Kamen Rider has at least 2 dudes. Kamen Rider Build has about 4, which is Kamen Rider Build's one of the most popular ones currently. along with Kamen Rider Zio, I believe. And if someone who knows Kamen Riders and that's gonna watch this video, which is a chance, they're gonna
Is it
correct. They're
Chan?
probably gonna yeah. It's gonna they're gonna probably correct me and say Kamen Rider Zio was trash because I've heard bad things about it from a friend of mine who watched it. There's a Kamen
Mm.
Rider where it's just basically Danny Phantom, but it's bad.
Ah.
But yeah. But yeah, back to Demon Slayer. How did you enjoy that? Like, how did it, being in the first episode, like a lot of things, at first episodes have to get your focus in on it and it has to keep it for
Yeah,
X duration, however long it is.
I thought it was cool that he tricked the edgy Johnny Young Bosch by chucking the axe in the air.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought that was actually really sick and cool.
yeah.
Not a lot to say, it's just general first episode. Nezuko becoming that demon.
Yeah, by the way,
Really
spoilers if you
good.
haven't watched Demon Slayer at all and we're planning to. Episode 1 is a doozy.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, it's just a good setup, I think.
Good setup so far.
Yeah, good setup.
Yeah. In the manga, I liked it a lot. That scene is particularly pretty cool. What
Ooh.
you will gain from watching the anime, and I won't because I've read the manga and probably not gonna watch the anime, is that the fighting and the fight scenes later on when Tanjiro gets his abilities, like the breathing styles, from what I've heard about it, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. When they do specific attacks, like with the elements, like with water, fire, or lightning, the effects for the said elements are hand drawn, while the anime itself is 3D drawn. Not 3D drawn, but like computer drawn.
CGI.
CGI implies 3D models, but like this was done on a like digital art compared to hand art.
Okay, I see what you mean now.
Yeah, like they did it in the class, like as like old style looking styles they can to make it look cooler.
Okay. Yeah, I think yeah, I've heard that being said, yeah.
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 See, I have like
Whew.
lo-fi music playing in the background, and I don't know how well it's gonna come out in the recording. I'll watch it
Well,
back, and
yeah,
if it comes
I
out bad,
can't
you
if
can't hear it
I
because it's
can't
not
hear it.
Discord.
No. It's
Because
not on Discord.
the video is longer than 3 hours. It's the one we found, the 2021.
Ah, yes, I know which one
So
now.
if you just want to play
Yeah.
it for yourself.
Now
Anyway,
I'm listening to another topic.
yeah, Unas Anas.
Honest Unis, yes. Let's see. Oh, I can't see the timer right now, but doing the
Yeah,
math,
it's probably
I
about
have
like
about
it said
5
7 o'clock.
hours.
7 o'clock.
Wait,
7 plus
no.
2 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. So
4
5 hours.
4 yeah,
4 hours
4
and 51
hours
minutes
and 51 minutes
as of recording. Unas
as
Anas.
of recording.
You know what we can totally do? I can take away Chewing the Fat logo and just pull up their stream.
No, we're not going to do
defeat the
that.
clock. We're not going to fight the clock. We don't have to.
We're not going to fight the clock.
The clock is.
If they're going to die, they're going to die gloriously. The most glorious way would be blowing up the entirety of YouTube. But
No, I want happiness to Mark to pile drive Ethan, or vice versa, into the coffin they spent $56,000 on.
And they spent $4,000 on you.
And I was 56.
It was 56.
And someone scratched it the other day by throwing an HDMI cable in the air.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
At least they got to use it in the learning the truth of Unas Anas video.
Yeah. Oh god,
Yeah,
can you imagine? Like in 3 months' time, or 2 months' time, 2 to 3, counting this month, 3 months' time, that we'll be able to do this together. It's like sitting next to each other using one microphone.
Oh, that'll
Probably sound a bit better.
It probably would, yeah. Yeah, but it would also be happening in Job Corps.
Yeah, and like that would be a bitch and a half for me just to keep my laptop open for it to download. Not download, yeah, to upload the video.
That and also finding a quiet place.
Just move to Res 3, bro. Res 4, sorry, Res 4. Res 4, don't Res 3. They moved to Res 4, dude. I got like 3 empty beds in my room. I'm the only one in my room currently. My roommate Parker graduated. I need roommates. I don't want to have as many new people as they could possibly put in there.
Huh.
You kidding me? I'll pile drive one of them. For legal reasons, that's a joke. But seriously, I would like to have as many friends in my room as possible.
Okay.
To sell you on Res 4, each room has its own personal bathroom and shower.
Ooh.
That way you don't have to do the scene from Aliens where everyone's just naked in the shower. Oh no, not Aliens. What is that movie where they have like the bugs as the aliens? Starship Trooper. You don't have to Starship Trooper with everyone in Res 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Plus Hans
Yeah,
is in Res 4. He'll be our next door
plus,
neighbor with Wyatt.
plus my roommates were kind of dicks, honestly. You know, they were too high energy for me.
Too high energy? Dude, I am medium to
Yeah.
small energy. Especially right now. Like, before this happened and before you came in, I was so weird I wouldn't be able to keep up with this at all. And I'd just be like, I'm going to be tired by the 15-minute mark. And guess what? How much time we've been doing this for? 16 minutes and like 30 seconds. And
Oh.
as of now, 30 seconds.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
By the way, I'd like to congratulate my operating system to run this stale image at a crisp 30 frames per second. The one image, 30 frames per second. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Now we're playing with power.
Now we're playing with power. Now, if you'd be so kind to open up our Discord and check out the pinned comments and pick any one of those tabs, since I can't remember them off the top of my head, and I'm afraid if I alt tab from OBS, it'll just die.
Well, one that I would like to do is I am running as I vigorously snipped at my microphone. I am running a D&D campaign here back in Washington called the Curse of the Wilding.
Curse of the Wildling, right?
Yes, it is blatantly stealing from Darkest Dungeon and the Crimson Curse, but I'm still very proud of it because it is the first D&D campaign where I made an entire world with its own lore, with its own government system.
I'd like to point out real quick before we keep going that you are like 0.6 decibels higher than me.
I'm louder than you?
Yeah, like by 0.2 decibels in OBS, because I'm at negative 10.4, you're at negative 10.6. Well,
okay,
that means then I'm louder than you, but still.
Okay, well, anyway, if is that something I can fix on my end, or does that matter?
I just want to point that out. I tried to get as close as possible.
Okay, cool.
However, you max out about like that. If anyone has OBS, he maxes out about like 2 tick marks from negative 15 decibels.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but you're fine either way. I just wanted to point that out.
Okay, cool. But this is the first campaign where the players are at like a decent level. Like I think they're on like level 13 or 14 now.
Yeah.
Fuck, they might even be at 15.
Oh, geez, that's like the highest we've ever experienced, isn't it?
Yeah. Most campaigns end around level 10 or 12. This is my first campaign, so I'm like, fuck that, I'm going to shoot for level 20. But that is kind of unreasonable, considering we now have a time frame for going back to Job Corps. So, what?
The only option we have for a game to go up to level 20 is my Greater Good campaign, and even then, you guys are at level 12 in that one.
Yes.
Which is 8 levels away. It may seem like 8 levels away, that's not that bad, but like to level up,
It is.
I do event, not experience, which is faster at this stage in the game than that. So that's our only option to getting everyone leveled up. The only people who won't be able to join us anymore would be Majestic Sideburns and Crabwood Tank's brother. I'm using their Discord names to protect the innocent. Also, I don't want to get yelled at later.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the only 2 people. Oh, and maybe I don't have a Discord name for the one of the four females in our Discord group. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Not Freya, but
No. Yes, that one. Yes.
oh, okay.
Yeah, her. I don't have a Discord name for her because it's her actual name.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
thought that was her Discord name.
I actually think it's. I don't know if it's Discord name or is it her name.
She's named after a Norse goddess.
Yeah. Speaking of Norse goddesses,
God
I
of War.
actually,
No, I'm just kidding.
actually, I was gonna change gears from D&D to something else, but I actually want to talk about D&D a little bit.
Yep.
That or we could just like zigzag our way through topics.
I'm cool with like zigzagging, but if you want to talk about D&D, by all means, I got to nerd out a little bit. It's your turn.
All right. Okay. So if you go back and look at recent chats, actually you may have already seen it already. Me and Mr. Monty went off on each other at like midnight last night.
In the general chat,
I don't know if it was no, it wasn't general.
it was RPG stuff.
RPG stuff and a bit in homebrew.
But yeah, are you guys good now,
Oh
or
no, we were good to begin with. We just had that was not a friendship threatening conversation.
okay, cool.
That was just a thing that just happened. Oh yeah, you were
Yeah,
there. You interjected and said, "Hey,
yeah. Am I a piece of shit?
no,
I was very tired.
oh, I could
But
tell."
something I want to say is that uh, Acrylic Shark, while you are not a perfect DM, you
Of
are
course.
certainly doing your best to try and improve,
Yeah,
and that is
that's that,
respectful.
and that is what I think D&D is about. Is like, at least
Yeah.
for a player getting experience is to get better, and a DM too.
Yes.
Like you read,
Yes. Exactly.
did you read what like that point with the girl was before she was murdered?
I did not. No.
Okay, so I'm gonna go off on this. Is that the plot point for
Mhm.
her was that she was not related to Diane's family at all. See, she's a warlock, so she has a patron, which is another world, a powerful being that's saying, "Hey, here's magic powers. Do these things for me, and you get to keep them, and I'll make sure you don't die as much as my powers can make it so." Right?
Yep.
So originally, her patron. Okay, so here's the thing with her. So the party, which includes which includes Koopa here.
Yep.
I actually at this point I actually might have called you by your real name, and I don't know. I didn't realize it, but I
We
found out
can
in the recording.
look through it. Yeah. I don't think you did.
I don't think I did either because I didn't mention your name because we're one-on-one conversation here. But when
Yeah.
Koopa is in this Koopa is in this Koopa was in this game. I think I said your name because in my mind I'm saying your name. I'm like, did I say it? No, I didn't. But like,
No, you didn't. No,
anyway,
you're saying we're good.
back to the
Anyway,
game.
continue.
Back to the game. They found this little girl, and she says like, "Hey, I'm related to this character, which is Mr. Monty's character." And Mr. Monty's character, their whole family was murdered by a monster. So like, this is news to her. Mr. Monty's a man. He's playing a female character. I don't have any problems with that. Some DMs do. Some players do, which I think is stupid.
Yeah, I don't. Listen, in a world, in a fantasy world where you can pull fire, we can cast explosions out of your fingertips. Why the fuck does it matter what's inside your pants?
Yeah,
You know.
exactly.
Anyway.
Pretty much. But
Anyway.
yeah, the character's named Diane Ketch, so last name like okay, this is character named Ketch, and I can't remember what I called her at this point. Kiara, not Kiara, Kara.
Kara, okay.
No, Kira. Kira.
Kira.
Yeah.
Oh, Kira. Okay.
Yeah, Kira Ketch. And the whole plot, I was at the point where I was going to explain everything to Jacob's character off screen. Like, I was going to do, like, hey, this is a reveal cliffhanger for you. And I was going to go to the other party. The thing was that Kira's character, Kira, little girl, she's an elf. She's about 80, so 90, because she was almost 100.
Yep.
Which translates elf to human years, she was about 9. Like, okay,
Yep.
I made it so she cannot die immediately in combat if she ever found herself there, by giving her an item that's just a tattoo of metal that increases her AC, but based on how rare it was. Hers was the rarest because the patron wanted to protect this a tad bit more than just some random Joe Schmo trying to, you know.
Yeah. Like, who are you to use my? Oh shit! You were a child.
You are a
Okay.
literal child,
You are a literal child.
and this is my don't die.
Don't die, please.
So the patron lied to the child and said like, "Hey, I'm your aunt, and this is your family member that's going to be at this place at this time, and you need to be there. Here's this pet crow," which I didn't integrate until later on because like the party didn't spend too much time with her at first and went off to do a mission without her.
Mm.
Um, the patron that lied to her was the Raven Queen, hence the crow, because
Uh huh.
birds.
Yeah.
Um,
I
Raven
think.
Queen having crows. I think there was Raven actually. Anyway,
Yeah,
still,
it probably makes more
it
sense
was
for me, right?
a black bird, and the and the whole thing was that the Raven Queen, through the child for a moment, was going to take kind of form of her and use her body as a vessel to talk to Jacob's character. Now, what I didn't anticipate, and he kind of did tell me this was going to happen. Jacob killed the child. He killed the child.
So yeah, Diane killed the child.
Diane killed the child. I slipped up and said J-Pub. And,
G-Pub.
yeah.
G-Pub killed the child.
Yeah. And, which, like, he's not a murder. Like, he himself, the player, Mr. Monty, is not a murder hobo. This
Yeah,
just
but
came out of
it's
left field for his character, and the only rational response for the character
was
was
delete.
attacking. Yeah, it's pretty much.
Yeah,
And
it makes
I
sense.
tried to stop him as DM. I kept saying, "Hey, calm down. We're stop it. I'm going to talk to you later in private." And he goes, "No, I'm killing the child." I'm like, I'm going to cut away from you, and we're going to go to the other people. I'm going to talk to you about it later." He goes, "I'm going to add, because of his class, because of the Diane's class is something called a, actually don't remember what it's called, but it allows you to take blood from monsters or people or anything you've slain,
Yeah,
and use it
but
into
yeah,
some sort of runes.
this campaign was heavily homebrewed. Basically, everybody except me
no,
had homebrew classes.
there were only 2 people in the party have homebrew classes
Oh, really?
out of
Oh,
6.
two out
Granted,
of. Oh, okay. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Whoops.
No, you're fine. So Koopa went with a class, which fine. I don't really care. I just preferred like that if everyone had a homebrew class, that way I could implement some sort of small system that would have been a bit more beneficial to them and a bit more to their reputation in the country. See, I can go on and on about the game I made, but basically I put the sword, the Forgotten Realms, 500 years in the future. Now they're in a steampunk era where cars are somewhat a thing, magic is still heavily used, and people who are using magic, people who have innate racial casting, are more like they're higher up in the social standing than others. Azamars have left this world. God has forsaken the planet. Hence why there's another side story with Diane meeting an Azamar, which I haven't brought up again. And if you were here, Koopa, if you were here for the past couple sessions, you would know that Monty the character, not Monty the player, because I did that on accident. Monty has not been involved for the past 3 sessions.
Hmm.
Although he is in the same area as you guys, he has not been interacting with you guys.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, he's doing his own thing. What was my point here? Right, my point here is if you're going to do something cool or a side story that you think is going to be great,
Have
and you're gonna,
contingency.
and you're going to do it to a character or a player, and you want it to be a surprise, make it a surprise for the party and not literally everybody. Tell that player that you're going to do something like this in advance and talk to them about it, through them with it, and make it so that it can go smoothly and the player's not too acting out of character. The character's
Yes,
not too out of character for a reaction to happen. Like in that
and
scenario, what if I talked to him about it beforehand? I would have not done it with that character. I would have done it with another character, like Koopas or Sideburns or anyone else.
yeah, and this brings me back to my campaign, because always have a contingency plan. Because I'm positive I've told you this story before, but
is it the meteor nuke?
not the nuke. No, that's an entirely different story.
Oh, is it the one where everyone keeps making what's it called?
Not napalm. No,
Yeah,
no,
napalm. No. Alright.
basically, there was this. It was my first. It was my first stab at an attempt of a social encounter
Yeah.
where the players, had to sort of navigate. They happened to be royalty, uh,
Yeah.
of this dukedom, and they had to meet up with all the other dukedoms to talk about the disease that is running rampant through Feroxum, my campaign setting.
Yeah, which, by the way, exists in my game, because once I've made it homebrew 500 years in the future, and the fact Wizards of the Coast say, your homebrew games can literally happen on a different continent than the Sword's Coast.
Theoretically, yes.
Theoretically, yes. So I took that. I took a past game Drew did with some of the people who are playing my game now. Talked Drew with it, like I said you should do with earlier with things, and we came up with a pretty cool idea for it, which I will not state because I will post this in our Discord, and everyone who wants to watch it will watch it, and most of those people who are probably going to watch it are in that game. So no spoilers.
Yeah.
Suck my dick.
But
by the way, we can swear now because it's not the first minute of the video.
oh, I didn't even think about that, but
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
That was 31 minutes ago. Anyway.
Yeah, it was 31 minutes ago.
We're not even halfway through our topics. This is going to go on for a while.
Yeah, well, we can always save topics for another episode.
We can. We totally can.
Yeah, but anyway, so they were. So what I had set up is this rival dukedom, and this. So if you've played Fire Emblem Three Houses, I stole the alliance from the. I just blatantly stole it. Just no shame. Yeah, no shame. So it was a bunch of dukedoms in an alliance together, basically agreeing, yeah, let's not slaughter each other. That's very flimsy now, because this opposing dukedom, the dukedom in charge of the area called Bloodraiser, whose name I did not get to choose, just as a heads up, and my players were from the dukedom of Woodsworth. So the Duchess of Bloodraiser, whose name is Callista.
Yeah.
Basically, here's what my plan was. I'd even asked my dad about this. Basically, during the meeting, she was going to say that she did not discover a cure, but then I would have the players later find out that she does have a cure. But in exchange for giving them the cure, she would want them to simply deliver a letter to the Duke of, I believe it was Honeyshield. However, the cure would turn out to be a fake that actually accelerates the process of the disease, and the disease, by the way, called the wilding, turns people into spider monsters. And this cure, with big fancy air quotes, would turn them into more powerful spider monsters that become more like rampaging monsters.
Yeah, which, by the way, I stole that disease from my game and the game that Drew mentioned before, and have kind of advanced it towards a homebrew class called Nano Spider, which, for those of you who want to know, It is just you're Spider-Man in D&D, and they give an organic reason why. A
Yep.
spider wizard and a crazy artificer combine their powers to make this. Your powers are either Miles Morales
Or Venom.
or Venom. I
It's
like the
actually
Venom.
kind of cool.
I like Venom better.
Yeah, it's actually cool. But
It's very
yeah,
interesting.
and as proof later, she had this kid with them that was actually infected, but was under illusion magic to make it look like he was fine.
Yeah.
So my first fuck up was during the meeting. I accidentally said that she indeed developed a cure. That was my first fuck up. Then one of the players, who was playing a mystic,
Yeah.
which I've learned, could see that the boy was under illusion magic. So he walks up to the party's wizard, like, listen, I don't want you to do anything right now, but that boy is under illusion magic. The wizard then goes, okay, I'll keep that in mind. I cast a spell magic right now. They are in the middle. They are in the middle of a tense political debate about what to do of a rampaging virus destroying Feroxum. And I'm just like, are you sure you want to do this? He's like, yes, absolutely. I'm like, oh, okay, you're gonna have to roll. Natural 20. God fucking. So this took the plot a direction I was not expecting.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was able to improvise. Basically, I had the child run away, run out the building, get captured by a Goliath blood hunter, and that was a nice little boss fight. And basically, this was I can't remember if this was the declaration of war or if it was the
or the war crimes committed afterwards.
Or the war crimes committed afterwards. No. It was the war crimes committed afterwards, which is a whole nother story. But yeah, I've just learned as a DM, always have a backup plan in case something goes south.
Or as Mr. Manji says, there's no... A plan is just a list of things that can go wrong.
Yes. And this is funny, because of the contingency plan, that's what affected my second story, which is basically I'll go through.
Oof.
If you still want to talk about this topic, I can go through it a bit quicker.
I think we can hold on to this one for a later thing.
Okay, cool.
Keep
Yeah,
it in suspense. Keep it in suspense. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. But yeah, they completely avoided the social encounter with one spell.
That's great.
Damn.
I love D&D.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love D&D.
Quick PSA. Just
Yes.
because it's anime, or if it's a system not a system, if it's a class that seems too complex for you, don't automatically say no.
True. It depends on I guess it depends on the setting you want to go for. Because if you're going for like
too.
Because like the way I run the Wilding is a more horror, cosmic horror. Like I literally have a stress mechanic in it. Again, blatantly stealing from Darkest Dungeon. But like I'm going for like a darker, more horror aesthetic. A Magica girl standing in the corner would not exactly mesh with the tone.
That's fine. But like
But like
here's what you gotta do for this. When I'm to my little point was to go with your player and talk to them about it and go.
Yes, exactly.
Combine your powers and brain power, and find a way to organically explain away why they are able to do these things differently than everyone else.
Of course, you can go with the Magica girl route.
Exactly. Madoka Magica had someone die via head decapitation.
Yeah.
I mean, the only place you can decapitate.
Technically, the Magica girl is just the warlock.
Technically, yes, they're just a flashy warlock, which is just a subclass, which can either be a combo class of bard and warlock, or some child between the two of those class-wise.
Yeah,
See, like for the Naruto 5e class is not bad. If you're a DM that wants to have a little variety, send a Naruto character after them. Granted, you don't have to make them Path of the Beast, which is what Naruto is, or Path of Hatred, which is what Sasuke is. For something that's going to happen in another session of one of my games, I have 3 of them running, so no one knows which one. They're going to have a little difficulty because specifically Naruto class, I'm bringing this up because like I like it. I want to play as a bit more and more games than just a Naruto-based game, or
Yeah.
one where the DM doesn't really care about homebrew and everyone is, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I kind of want to try to find a way to integrate it into a couple other games. So the reason why
Yeah.
I'm like a big advocate on this class specifically is you can do so much versatility with it. Like you don't even have to have any of the main characters' powers to do that. Like
Yeah, the way I see it, as long as you're not just completely copying over Naruto, like
yeah,
as long as you can use the class, but make it unique, you know,
okay, they have a D8 hit die, which is about the same as a sorcerer. You can flavor it as that this is how sorcerer of the 4 elements.
yeah, or something like that, just like as long as you're not just abruptly throwing like Sasuke into your otherwise normal D&D game,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Just do what you want, do what sounds fun.
But okay, Drew, in any of your games, you know how Jinsei was, which is my. Damn it! I did it! I did it! We are 41 minutes in. I did it wrong. We're gonna have to redo it.
What happened?
Called you by your name.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. It's okay.
But we won't have to. We're not gonna have to completely redo it. We can just like bleep it out or some shit.
I don't have editing.
We can cut it.
I know I said dude. I said dude. It sounds so similar to your name. I said dude.
He said dude.
Yeah, I
it's
said
fine.
dude because like it's so similar to your name because they both begin with the same letter. I in my mind automatically assumed. Okay, dude.
Okay. Anyway.
Gotta be more conscious of this. I'm tired. It's only 8
It's alright.
7 p.m.
Yeah. Anyway, you were saying.
You know how I played Jinsei and how I had before we reached level 10? Before we reached higher levels, would you have allowed him to be in one of your games?
With the power he was at level, even before level 10? Hell no. If it was more scaled back version?
Yeah, scaled back. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Before we got to, actually it was level 5 when we were able to,
before we started being able to roll to upgrade our stats.
Yeah.
That was a weird game.
It was hella fun.
If you could incorporate it realistically to make it fit with the world setting.
Like I said, something.
Yeah, I probably would have allowed it. Yeah.
Something like I said about it being a different way for people to, a more ingenious way that these group of magicians used elemental magic.
Exactly. They're just like rogues who just lean more towards magic instead of that lean more heavily towards magic than arcane tricksters or some shit like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like an arcane trickster decided to be more offensive.
Yes, exactly. Something like that, you know?
Because they have what bugs me is they don't get stealth attack.
Yeah.
It really bugs me. They don't get stealth attack because technically they're a monk.
Yep.
In any case, moving from D&D, going back to anime, even though we briefly talked about it. I was saying earlier about Norse mythology is Freya, the goddess of something.
Oh. I'm not too well versed in Norse mythology, but Freya's something, alright.
Yes. I watched episode 9 of How to Be an Adventurer, which is also known as Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls,
girls in a dungeon? That's right.
The newest episode dropped the other day.
Really?
It was on the 9th.
I thought they. Are you talking about the original series or the abridged? Because I thought they finished the abridged.
They did not. They completed season 1.
Huh. Okay. Huh.
And they're working on season 2 now.
Neat. That's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, that was great. Real quick, talking about it. Check that out. It's really funny. Same thing with
Yeah.
Hellsing Abridged, Team 4-Star, anything Team 4-Star does. Something Witty
Yeah.
Entertainment does Sword Art Online Abridged. Yawa Shurin does the How to Be Adventurer. Along with Something Witty Entertainment's SAO Abridged, they have started at least one episode of My Hero Academia Abridged and a couple episodes of Goblin Slayer.
Goblin Slayer Abridged.
I have not seen Goblin Slayer in its originally.
I've seen a few episodes of the original. Personally, there's a whole hubbub about the first episode in particular.
Yeah.
And the one scene, the scene was a lot shorter than I initially thought. Very fucked, yes.
But shorter.
Yeah, but they definitely shorter than people made it out to be. And they definitely could have handled it, and they did handle it much better in the season. The specific topic I'm talking about, I'm not going to name.
I have a feeling what it is, but I don't want to talk about it either. We are not qualified people to talk to. Talk about this kind of stuff.
Yes, but I'm just going to say that it was fucked. Yes, but then after that, if you go past that little hurdle, they don't really bring it up until, again, much later, and they bring it up much more tastefully.
Okay.
If the first episode turns you off, that's totally understandable. You know, that makes sense.
It's like the later episodes for Hellsing Ultimate, whether it's in the bridge or not. Saris's backstory is completely messed up. Team 4-Star did the best they could to not make light of the situation, but make a spin on it so its humor still fits the scenario. That scenario, the show. They're not trying to. Hello, person who joined. We're recording a podcast. Get the hell out. Anyway, don't call us by our names. Server mute that person, Drew. You have the power.
I don't know why we didn't expect this. All right. Sorry, Groth. I'm just gonna.
Hey, Groth.
There we go.
We're recording a podcast right now, and I just called Koopa by his name twice, I believe, at this point. But
okay, I had a few minutes.
We probably should have made a separate chat for this.
I thought about it. I legit thought about making a 2-person voice chat for this, but I didn't really.
We're fucking dumb.
This is literally episode 1. Okay.
Oh Lord.
This is episode 1. I've called my co-host by his actual name twice, and we decided.
I think I know what we're gonna call the episode. It's just gonna be Things Fall Apart.
Yeah. Welcome to episode 1. Oh no.
Episode 1. Oh fuck.
There we go. Anyway,
sorry to mute you, dude.
Yeah, sorry about that, Groth.
That's all good. Am I interfering in your guys' recording or no?
Acrylic, do you hold?
I have not paused the recording, and nor do I intend to. This is content.
I'm asking.
You're asking me. What are you asking me?
Never mind. Let's just. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, moving on. Like I was saying, Team 4-Star doesn't. Like I was trying to say, Team 4-Star does not condone those acts that happened.
This is a weird.
Oh, well, it's a weird topic. But anyway, they're trying to make it fit with their show, with their interpretation of the show. Like, trying to keep the same theme throughout, no matter what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, no matter what's happening, it's still going to fit within the overall mood of the show, no matter what it is. Now, and another thing that happened, Sword Art Online has, if it's the same thing I'm thinking of, it has 2 instances of that in the first season.
Really? In the first season?
I want you to DM me what happens, and I think just find out if we're talking about the same thing.
Are you talking about the abridged or the original show? Because the original show, I've sort of blocked it out from memory after the Yui episode.
What?
And by blocked.
Dying, but you know
no. More I stopped, not blocked out. More I stopped watching.
DM me what happened in Demon Slayer 1, because like I guess what happened. I don't know what happened.
Sure, I'll DM it to you real quick.
Ignore this, because we may be talking about two different things at the moment. This is what miscommunication comes. I told him I didn't see the first episode, but I assumed what he was talking about. Oh yeah, no, totally. That happens. That almost happens twice in the first season.
I thought it was the second season.
No, that happens once when Asuna in the hospital, and the other time happened while Asuna was in AOL, when she was in the game, and the third time it happens is when they were in GGO. And I don't know about any more instances after that, because I stopped watching after GGO. Not because of what happened, that thing, but because, like, the next season was him, that if he went into the game and died, he'd forget real memories. And I thought that was retarded.
Once is weird. I watched twice is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern.
3 is a pattern, but, like, that happens in Japan. We talked about this the other night, I believe. That happens in Japan all the time.
I know, it's still an icky topic.
Anyway, our surprise guest star, Groth, you were saying something?
Hi.
I will say, I watched
Please
that.
join in on this weird as fuck conversation recording.
Yeah, we are 51 minutes strong, dude.
Nice
I watched the series of that, and it's weird how it works. Kirito gets poisoned to near death.
I think he's just here to be here.
I don't care, honestly. He had something to say. I wanted to share it. This is what the podcast is about. Talking.
Wait, hold on. When I mute people, are they able to unmute themselves?
No, you just muted him for himself. You muted him for you. You didn't server mute him.
Oh, so you can hear him talking.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I've been paying attention.
Oh shit! Oh, I'm sorry. No, I didn't even know. Oh, hi. Oh.
Hey, buddy. Anyway, what were you saying about the new season? Not the new season, the one after GGO.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, did you? Okay.
As I was saying, like, it's weird what they did with it. Kirito and Asuna are going on a date.
Wait,
suddenly he gets poisoned to near death.
Spoiler
to save his life,
alert
they
for
put him
people who
in
care
the
about
VR
season
universe.
3. Spoiler alert for people who care about season 3. Anyway, yeah. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
Poisoned to near death, and then what?
Then, in order to keep him alive, they have to trap his mind in a VR universe till they can find a cure.
So basically, they're freezing him, but only his brain, only his consciousness.
Yep, and he can't remember who he is and why he's there. He thinks he's the character in the game.
Huh.
Oh, that's still stupid. I hate it.
That feels like Doki Doki Literature Club from a different angle.
And it's weird because the first episode is literally them chopping an infinite tree forever.
That sounds boring. I liked it better when Klein had a crush on a Norse god. Because, like, Thor in AOL was disguised as an NPC.
I gotta go. My break's over.
All right, have fun at work.
See you later, man.
Thank you for your time.
Sorry for muting you and then most likely talking over you several times.
Actually, no. You guys somehow made it so it seems like Drew. Dude, you knew he was in the call. I need to open my eyes wider so I'm not asleep. Anyway,
anyway,
I will refrain from calling you that nickname. That's still a nickname, but like I will refrain from calling you as often as much as I can. So
you're chill. Anyway, should we change topics?
I'm moving from the awkward conversation of what happened in those 3 shows at least one time.
Persona Trouble in Paradise?
Persona Trouble in Paradise! We're back to D&D.
Yeah, back to D&D. You thought we were done with it? No, fuck you. We're going back. Okay.
We're still... By the way, quick update. We are still running at a crisp 330 frames per second. I don't know where I got 300 from. 30 frames per second for this lovely logo that Koopa here drew.
that I shit out in like less than a minute.
Less than a minute for the video that we recorded earlier this week. I was really looking forward to this, by the way, doing this today. So I was gonna be super upset, and then we do it for 15 minutes. You say, "Oh, I gotta go do something or another." I would be really pissed.
No. I got my dad's apartment to myself.
Nice.
I got all the time in the world. He's out doing something.
You can watch hentai without headphones. Hell yeah.
No, I'm rolling in power, as you can see.
I can't see.
Let's see. Oh, where's my cat? I have a pet.
That is a bad segue. That is a really bad segue.
No, my cat's around here. Anyway, back to Persona Trouble in Paradise.
That was a bad segue. You can watch hentai without headphones. Hell yeah. Where's my cat?
Where's my cat?
That's a terrible
no.
segue.
That's not what I meant.
It's legal in Washington.
I don't like that.
I don't either, but I know it.
No. Anyway, Persona Trouble in Paradise is a D&D campaign I want to run where it's basically a Persona game set in Hawaii. And that's about all I have for it.
Oh, you have a class and at least 2 players.
I have a class, 2 players, and an idea where basically, also ripping from another Atlas game, Catherine, is that...
I didn't know those actually... Thinking about it, I should have realized those 2 games were made by the same company, because their art style is severely similar.
Yes. Basically, the way you would access the other side is through a dream world sort of thing.
Yeah. Real quick. Do you think they should put Persona 5 on Steam?
I don't know.
The only Atlas game they've put... That's not true. That's not the only Atlas game they put on Steam. But one of the only Persona games they put on Steam is Persona 4 Golden, and only that one.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, well, the rest are stuck on console.
I love Persona 4 Golden, though.
Yeah, I do too.
It is. It's one of my favorite games that I've never played.
Oh, I got it on my laptop, dude.
Yeah, the problem is my laptop that I have now can't run it. Like, I tried to boot it up, and it says something. Fuck it. Let me see what it says.
No, you're gonna crash, and you're gonna have to wait for 5 minutes. We're gonna people are gonna complain in I'm having a stroke.
Are you okay?
Yeah, in the comments that we're padding runtime on a video that's supposed to be at least an hour long.
I'll do it. Oh, wait. Okay. It's gonna say something.
Watch it run. Watch it. This is the one time it runs.
The one time it runs. Like, I didn't even upgrade my laptop. It's just running perfectly. No, but it's like, because it's something that the laptop is missing itself, it cannot run. System does not meet the minimum requirements. That's what it says.
Oh, I've been added. Oh, no. I've been added.
Oh. Oh, baby!
That's funny. Anyway, my friends talking about PC specs. Oh, we were just doing that. My friends talking about PC specs. Me, I like your funny words, Magic Man.
I like your funny words, Magic Man. But Persona Trouble in Paradise takes place in Hawaii because. For those of you that haven't seen me in real life, I am the kind of guy who, in a raging blizzard, will still walk out wearing nothing but cargo shorts, sandals, a wife beater, and a Hawaiian.
Oh, you wear shoes in the snow? What a pussy.
Fuck you.
I legit was able to walk down from my house to my Winco, which is about the same distance from Res 4 to about Welding. Barefoot, because the snow would be a bigger layer than touching the ground. And that's like almost a mile.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, you're tired. I'm tired. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. Wow, I feel old.
Yeah. What? How long is the video so far? Like about a little under an hour-ish.
A little bit under an hour. Give it like 10 seconds. Or, yeah, 10 seconds.
Alright.
There's a couple more tacos I want to get through. At least like 3 more before we call it.
Alright, let's
get to them.
Let's go ahead then. Because that's all I had for Persona Trouble in Paradise. I don't know what I'm doing.
Paradise.
Help. Anyway.
Let me open up Discord to bring up the topics. Oh, I sent you something. I sent you other homework you had to do. Did you listen to that song?
I did, and
Yes.
It is a beautiful song. It is
Agoraphobic Dreamy Night. It's a mashup between Corpse Husband's song Agoraphobic and Lily
Pichu's. I'm assuming it's called Dreamy Night. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was very nice to listen to at like 2 a.m.
And it's both of their like insecurities. That is a song about their insecurities and sort of like their internal toil. Agoraphobic is the fear of people.
Dreamy Night is the fear of night.
Dreamy Night. Lily Pichu, the woman who made Dreamy Night, actually reacted to this song.
Really?
Yeah, there's another version out, and she liked that one better than this one, but I like this one better than that one, so I don't know what that says. Either my or her taste is wrong.
There's no right, only wrong.
Exactly. But yeah, you enjoyed that. I liked the rain sounds, which I originally was going to have rain play in the background here, but the rain was so either too loud or too quiet, it would not sound good on the recording when I recorded it. Anyway, back to our Discord, which we made a separate tab for this. We got Persona Trouble. The next one. If we're gonna talk about games still, Hades. Hades is pretty good. I started it 3 weeks ago. I've only been to Elysium, which is the final area, I believe, twice.
I have been. Sorry, continue.
Twice, and I've suffered ever since. Me and my friend Monty have been in a constant. Oh, and Crabo Tank have been in a constant argument that's saying Aphrodite's boons are not bad.
I think Aphrodite is boons. They're great because they increase your survivability. By most of our boons lower the amount of damage the enemy deals, and then some of our boons also increase your defenses from attacks as well.
And there's also a boon you get where, if at certain rarities or at certain levels, increases your attacks towards people who are under monsters that are under the effect of weak.
Yes, and then Aphrodite also has a great synergy, which is I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically the duo with Ares and
Love and War.
Aphrodite. Yeah, Ares, the god of war, which is basically the enemy keeps suffering the doom effect if they are weakened, which means the doom deals the damage and then restarts and then deals the damage again until the weakened effect goes away. If you keep spamming the weakened effect, it never goes away.
Yeah.
Combined, and if you use that with the shield, and we're just talking like people know what we're talking about. Look up Hades; it's a great game. Play it anyway. And with the shield, and like being able to throw the shield to inflict doom, and just whacking, like bulge rushing or whacking people to inflict weak. It is a fucking powerhouse of just damage. Without. Okay, cool. One of my personal favorites is Zeus and Poseidon, which is basically their duo skill, which is basically the Raging Storm. If the enemy suffers a knockback effect from Poseidon, they also get struck with the lightning bolt.
Yeah.
And if you keep playing with Poseidon's powers, he has a legendary thing where it's like, I think it's either legendary or epic, where the enemy, if they get knocked back, they also get knocked back again and then combine that with if the enemy hits a wall, it also deals a little explosion.
Yeah.
Excuse me, dealing more damage. You just start to play pinball.
Yeah.
It
So
just becomes a pinball game. And it's fucking hilarious. Let's see. Well, I need to stall. Artemis. Artemis is great because inflicting crit is great, but also her ability called supporting fire, which is basically if you
if you do any
hit
damage
the enemy,
whatsoever,
if you deal any damage whatsoever,
it's just another attack coming at him.
it sends like an arrow after the enemy to hit them.
It's auto
So
seeking
combine that
too,
with
so
yes. So combine that with something that strikes fast, like the fist or the spear.
actually,
And
if you take a Daedalus Hammer to the spear to get rid of the charging attack and replace it with just rapid attack.
yes, it becomes a fucking powerhouse. The damage stacks up.
That's
And
how I
combine that
got
with
to. That's how I got
combine
to
that with
Elysium the first time.
Dionysus's hangover effect.
Ooh, poison. Poison over time.
Yes, you just drain health bars. Albeit, it still requires a lot of skill to play the game, but it definitely becomes a lot easier.
It becomes a lot easier once you know what you're vaguely doing. So
Yes, once you know what things do, and you know how things combine with each other.
It'd become a lot more doable.
Yeah, I've managed to beat Hades 3 times. To get the best ending possible, I need to do it another 7.
So you gotta beat the game 10 times, huh?
Yes.
Is it each time
To
increasing
get
the heat?
well, theoretically, 5 times to beat the game with each weapon once, and then another 5 times with increased heat, which is basically difficulty. Like you add things like change up how bosses attack, make it so that enemies have more health, make it so that enemies do more damage, blah 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 blah.
Basically, it's like you customize your playthrough.
Yes, and I think you get not an achievement, but I think the dialogue is very different if you manage
Becomes
to
very
turn on
different.
all the modifiers at once. Because I remember seeing a dialogue where Mega's like, what the hell? Why is it so fucking hot on here? Zagreus, what did you do?
That is
What have you wrought, Zagreus?
I like to point out the fact that I mentioned this the other day. It's like, hey, is it wrong that I want Meg to top me? And then a lot of people's response in the Discord was, "You don't have a choice."
Yeah, I remember saying that. Yeah.
Oh, that was you. I thought it was Bravo Tank.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Hades is now Hades is full of people that make me go, listen, I'm not gay, but if I was,
If I had to pick a dude,
yes, I would let
Code
any of
name.
these fine gentlemen plow me in the ass. Yeah.
code name if I had to pick a guy.
Code name if I had to pick a guy. And Eagle number 2. Oh, thank God.
That's great.
Yeah, but yeah, any other topics you wanted to cover?
We have like a couple more before we're completely done, which is great because like we have 3.
Sick. All
Recent
right.
movies and TV or books you have enjoyed. In the Discord I've said recent movies / books / TV have recent enjoyed.
Oh, very. Yeah. Just a little tirade. In almost every message you send me, Acrylic, something is misspelled.
Something is misspelled. Something is not in the right order of words. That's because I'm
Yes.
blind, and so
No exception. No exception.
I've misspelled saying hi to
You.
TIH is I.
The only ones that you've like recently done is just me saying, "Hey, buddy, are you blind?" Asking me about the eye doctor earlier. That's the only exception. I would not have
Only
been
exception.
surprised if you asked me if I was blind. But yeah, recent. Let's see, recent.
Recent media you've enjoyed.
Oh, the Color Out of Space movie with Nicolas Cage in it.
Ooh, I know a dude who was really drunk once and thought that what was it called, National Treasure was a documentary.
Yeah, the Color Out of Space was yeah, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoy the H.P. Lovecraft stories when they're not blatantly racist and homophobic.
I like that one of his stories is based on the fact that an air conditioner in his apartment was broken. It was
Yes,
just really cold.
yes. H.P. Lovecraft can be just summed up as, "What is blank? I don't get it. I'm not right about it.
Yeah.
What is what is non-Euclidean architecture? That sounds scary. I'm gonna write about it. What is the color spectrum? I don't know about it. I'm gonna write about it. What the fuck is an air conditioner?"
Recently, I actually, when I was in Burien, which is about like 8 years ago now. Jesus Christ.
Mm.
Hold on, I got to do the math. So high school's 4 years, middle school's 3 years, and I started when I came to my current place I live at in middle school, first year of middle school. So that was 7 years plus the 2 years I've been in high school. So that's yeah. So it's been about it's about to be 2 years because of time, but it's been about 10 years since I lived in Burien, and I used to watch USA. So it was a lot of WWE. I lived with the almost 80-year-old woman for like 4 or 5 years, and she loved to watch WWE. So
Mm.
she went, she made a comment like, "John Cena's really is a hunk." I'm like, "You're 87 or you're 79." Yeah.
Yeah, WWE. It's got the last game I played was WWE 2K16. Uh, Good shit. I made Hercules. It was fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying. On occasion, what would happen before it was moved to a different channel, we would watch House. And recently, I've been googling how to watch House now, and then on the lovely, lovely, lovely channel of NBC, NBC.com, you can watch House for free,
Hmm.
like in its entirety, up until the first day of the 10th month of next year. So,
Huh. We're not sponsored.
not
Hell,
sponsored. Who would
hell no,
sponsor
we're
us?
not sponsored.
I have less than a year to watch 8 seasons, each being 43 minutes long.
Godspeed, my friend.
I know. I'm currently making my way through season 1. I'm on season 1, episode 9, a DNR, which means do not resuscitate. Pretty interesting.
Oh, you know what? You know what I did watch recently? Rewatch.
What?
As a kid, a show that piqued my interest was Total Drama Island and the Total Drama series.
Yes, I love that. I love how like when they redid the episode, not redid, but when they posted the episode where you could call in, I kept trying to call the number.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Yeah,
Also,
I
it was a
remember
Canadian
that.
number, so like it wouldn't go through anyway.
Yeah. Ethan Nestor is whispering my ear because I have the Unisana's live stream in the background.
Yeah, he's listening to that. Meanwhile, I have turned off Lofi Beats to kind of derail this conversation to go into the next little thing I have. You cannot look in the chat.
Look in the chat.
Don't look at the chat. I will link who has done this cover in the comments section before. I'm just gonna let you vibe out to it real quick.
Nice.
Do you know what this is?
I don't. Wait.
You'll find out. Don't.
You fuck!
You looked, didn't you? Did you look?
No, it took me a second. You bitch! I'm gonna stab you through the computer, I swear to Christ.
So, reason why it's so funny to me, I'm gonna let it play too.
Alright. You're lucky it's so soothing.
Yeah, fingerstyle guitars is great.
It is.
I will link the person who does this in the either Dame Dane. Anyway, sorry. Dame yo, Dame nayo, Anataga, Sukide, Sugide.
We're just so out of sync, this hurts.
Suyo da ketemo, yume nanani, arairaga.
Oh my god. You had me for a second there. It took me a second.
I was gonna hope that it lasted until I went to Dame Dane. I really hoped.
I thought it was Animal Crossing, and I was like, I didn't know you played Animal Crossing.
Surprise! It wasn't Animal Crossing.
It was, in fact, not Animal Crossing.
This is not loop, so this is probably the full song. I didn't see how long it was. I just knew this existed and wanted to mess with you. Anyway, the reason why he has such a reaction to this way is because since I've been playing since I started my Yakuza series with Yakuza 0, I didn't do it on YouTube, so don't look for it. But like since I started playing Yakuza, the song was like the first karaoke scene. I chose Judgment over this song. My first time playing it, and then when I went to play it harder, I chose this song over it because, of course, it's great. It explains Kiryu in that game, Yakuza 0, so well. It fits the situation. It's like, it basically is a spoiler for that game. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Judgment is the spoiler for the entire Yakuza 0 game. This one's just the spoiler for the next game, Yakuza Kiwami 1.
Kiwami means extreme.
Exactly. Anyway, after I found out this song was a banger, I just kept sending it to Drew, to Kufa, who just loves Yakuza 0.
Can I tell you something funny I learned?
Ignore
so,
that.
I have been playing,
Yeah,
okay.
I kicked it.
I have been playing, A Hat in Time on the Nintendo Switch, and they have the Yakuza Metro.
Yeah, Yakuza.
There is an Easter egg.
Oh, is it?
Where you end up fighting a cat version of Majima.
That's awesome.
So you find this hidden man cover. You go inside, and then like there's nothing there. And when you try to leave, it just goes like, "Huh? There's something written on the manhole." Kiwami means extreme. And then Majima pops up and just kills you.
Like, is it like legit full-on Majima, or is it like a cat version?
It's a cat version. You literally yell, "Kid-chan!" And
could you imagine if they got like the rights to the legit 3D model of Majima?
Majima just punts the child across the fucking metro.
He totally would too.
Oh, that's hilarious.
He totally would. Alright. What was I talking about? I was derailing it from that just to get you to react that way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, watching old shows. Yeah, I watched House recently. I'm rewatching House. Pretty great.
Yeah, I am working through Total Drama Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, good shit. Good shit.
You know what we need to do? We need to do a watch along together.
Oh, that'd be fun. I would do it with Unus Honest, but
yeah, we would be able to do something like that. That would be pretty interesting for me.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm going to make some noises because I can't avoid it.
All right. Anything else we need to cover, or should we
Here's a couple things, the waifu stuff, but that one could be like a whole. That could be a whole other half hour on its own.
Yeah, let's just try to do like literally an entire episode where we basically totally rip from Memory Richu, just like make lists of waifus that we were into or are into.
Next one we can pull a guest in and do childhood crushes.
Yes. And we just call that episode Blatant Plagiarism.
Yes. Any final words for our viewers while I find my mouse? There we go.
I'm Fat, and I'm going to see you next time on Fat the Chewing.
Chewing the Fat. Actually, oh damn it! For this one, you need to make the emblem where it just says "Fat the Chewing" instead of "Chewing the Fat."
Okay, so we're done. Pull the plug. Do the thing.
I'm doing the thing.
Pull the